Oh.
Do it up.
It is dead. I am dead.
It's very warm in here. I do appreciate that the door is at least mostly open now.
God.
So, how are you all feeling?
Well, my dice are very excited.
Yeah, what are our experience points at right now?
That's a great question.
I have 4 XP.
I have 0.
I have 2.
I have 1.
Wow. Almost all of the numbers except
All the numbers.
5.
I definitely feel that is on par, like, for Amanita in general, just failing hard at all of the figure out a person.
It's adorable and I love it.
They're trying so hard.
Yeah, you
So
shot your
hard.
shot a lot.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, definitely be ready with whatever you want to do as like an advance, because I suspect it's going to happen pretty early next week.
Yeah.
So can you do that like mid-session? Can
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
just be like, all right.
Yeah, honestly, just let me know and then tell me, what you're taking, and then erase all the XP and take that thing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do I ship it.
I'm amazed it isn't already checked.
I think my thought is like as Amanita starts to understand how people interact and gets better at figuring people out, she's gonna get better at knowing who would be a good match.
That's
Yeah.
precious.
Yeah.
So we had our first smitten in game tonight.
So good.
Yeah, I told Ren ahead of time that I have a crush list with all of y'all on it.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
We're gaining experience there too.
Yeah, I'm Xing.
Oh god, this feels so like P5. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, confidants.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly not that like mechanical, but
No.
but I definitely am like I'm into everybody in different ways, I'm sure we all feel that way. So
Philomena dating sim, my god.
oh my god, I'm running that in my head.
Yes.
The art.
Love it. Make
The
art.
art?
Please make fan art of
Yes.
that.
Oh my god,
Dating.
fan art.
Does
I'm
it
begging.
count as fan art if you are the artist?
Yes.
Yes, because you're a fan.
I'm a fan. I mean, I made fan art of Spelljammer, so I think it's like counts.
Oh yeah,
That's so
absolutely.
You could be an active participant and also be, but I want to see y'all's fan art too.
Stick figures.
I want to see it.
my art form is writing, not drawing.
Well,
Fan fiction.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fan fiction.
I want to see Ren's fan fiction of us.
And kiss.
Write the fanfic. Do it.
Yeah. I'll wait till after June and see how things play out.
Wait, what if someone did have like their form of writing was like fan fiction? Like what if like Mercedes like deep down is like actually like avidly like on AO3 and Wattpad equivalent
I
of
believe that
the
of-
universe.
I do believe that.
And that's
of
why
her.
she hasn't like explicitly said what her
Because
like
she's a
art
fairy.
is. Yes.
My art form is fan fiction.
We're like, and will you show it to us? And then she reads it up on stage, and we're like all entranced, and all of us become smitten. Like,
It's just RPF, which is like
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a little on RPF.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But I love
Well,
it.
I mean, it makes sense for her because she is fans of the violence, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh
then,
my
like,
God.
no,
She
and she
is
was
a
like,
little
"Oh, I've heard of you."
She's like really excited.
In my heart of hearts, I hope it's like her self-insert fan.
Oh my god.
Oh, she
Josie.
I was going to say that we be a Mary Sue, but she doesn't think highly enough of herself to be.
Oh no!
The writing is good.
She writes like YN fiction on the side.
Oh.
Absolutely.
we love a insecure.
Well, kind of works because her dad like iron fist. She needs to let out emotion. She sees the violets and pours out it on the page.
Yeah.
Well, and then I think I'm sorry, I always go like let's make it a little more serious. Like I have doubts about whether or not she sees us as real people. Right?
This is like sort of a fantasy for her.
Yeah. It's not, it's like she has an idea of who we are and what we want. And yes, sure, she's been reading, but at her heart, is she just a spoiled, privileged child who wants to try something that she wants to try? Amanita's not thinking that way.
Right.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
Skeptical.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
sure.
makes sense. She did come from high society, which is clearly, it's almost like a bubble. Like she's almost never, but she's explored though.
I mean, I will say she has at least experienced some like prejudice in that she has been a woman in this like male-centric society. So it's not like I think there is like a lot of merit in what you're saying, but also like, you know, she has experienced, prejudice and like people not respecting her viewpoint. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. I mean, I think, but I do think like there might be a shallowness to this because, you know, this is just a fun excursion.
Yeah.
maybe.
And the lessons will be hard, but like hard won at the same time. Like I feel like she has potential and she's gonna learn. Whether she wants to learn the hard way or not, I think she's gonna face some really difficult truths.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, do we have thoughts on what happened to the Baron, like outside the game?
So it was like a crack theory for half a second, but I was like, did he become an unseen? Like that was
Juicy.
interesting.
No, I'm super curious because I know what I have plotted out, but I'm super curious what you guys think.
Oh, that would be so
It was
cool.
like, you're right, because the help me, and then like, oh yeah, don't touch those guys. And I'm like,
I mean, Cove thinks he chickened out.
he chickened out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like pieced out.
Yeah, he was like, oh, no, I'm gonna, either we're gonna run over him or the other lords are gonna run over him. And like, I think he chickened out. Or Cove thinks he chickened out.
I think if you ask Riza, I think she's on the team of he's definitely gotten kidnapped. There's no way. There's no way that like, well, she doesn't, I don't think Riza knows too much about the unseen. I don't think she's like delved too deep into it. And then, I don't know, it's just, I think from her point of view, because she comes from like a really poor background too on her coastal city, like what she's learned about the Baron and everything. I think her thing is just like, nah, this weak ass guy like got kidnapped, no doubt. We gotta save him, like, yeah.
Tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yes. Damsel in distress. Yes. Rich. Yes. Can we get money? Maybe.
Everything's a checklist.
It's in the file.
It's very organized.
It's very
In the
organized.
titty file.
Yeah.
I
Titty
do
file.
think the reaction of everyone in the room makes it feel like it wasn't a planned thing. At least like he and his team did not plan for it.
I'm suspicious of Moreau because he was nervous ahead of time. Like people clocked him being nervous, and he was one of the like prime potentials. So I think he's involved in some way. I don't know in what context, but I
Was
think
it the undersecretary?
That would be kind of cool.
I'm hoping
I'm
she's Moreau's. I'm
Right.
hoping.
hoping for the best.
I don't think Amanita has a theory. I think there was a point where she was thinking like, well, how do we know that it's not us?
Maybe we're the bad guys.
We're the
anyone
bad
I mean, they're
guys.
not
All the
wrong, though.
baddies. Right, but like it's not a super organized organization. We have different factions. Is there another faction that would do this?
Maybe.
I don't think she's thinking that far, but it's sort of like, oh, I'm being accused of this thing, or the people that I'm involved with are being accused of this thing. She's just gullible, right? She doesn't know that they might be framing. She didn't think that far of like,
Yeah.
oh, they could be framing us. But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of heartfelt almost sharings, your scene with Nebula.
That was glorious.
so sweet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have poetry written?
I do have poetry written, but I was like, oh, now's probably not the right time.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
But then as I was talking to you, I think I was pulling like proverbs out of my ass, and I was like,
my
oh god, columns and burdens.
They were so eloquent. I was like,
Yes.
wow.
I was definitely prepared. I am definitely pulling that out of my arsenal of poetry that I.
Totally. That's how it works, isn't it?
100%.
Tangentially, when you introduced like Frida Galaxy might. Okay,
That's
this is gonna sound
such
so
a great drag name.
So for me, I was just thinking Frida Galaxy. Like I don't know why. Like Free the Galaxy.
No,
That was all in my head. I was like, fill the nebulous. Like I was like trying to
Fill the me, not. Neb.
fill the me now.
Oh. After dark.
After dark.
Ooh. I mean, we did get pretty thirsty in there, which I'm here for.
The
Go
dabbing.
throw it.
You meant this one? Oh, you mean both?
They both deserve equal care.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Philomena's. I mean, there's NPCs for every one of these settings, and I've pulled on Philomena a little bit more than I think I was expecting to, but I can't turn down a Fae Fair. That's just my pronouns are in here. It makes me really happy. I found it super interesting because one of the things that you and I were talking about is Amber Rose finding her voice, and Philomena's struggle is that Faye hasn't been able to draw Fair Sword.
They're like weird mirrors of each other.
Yeah, the voice. Yeah, totally. So cool.
I love it. I'm very here for it. I wasn't expecting that. I had you roll randomly to see who would notice Philomena having trouble.
Luck of the draw, I guess.
You know?
The dice have their story to
The
tell.
dice know the story. Well, on that note, my thirsty friends, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for the night so that people can get home and sleep before work tomorrow and all that fun stuff. So thank you so much, our wonderful patrons, for joining us. Your support makes all of this possible. Tell other people about the Patreon. Drag them in because the more that we have your wonderful support, the more cool things like this that we get to do, and the more awesome people like this I get to work with. It's entirely selfish. Have a wonderful night, everyone, and stay juicy.